Hey, what's up guys? It's Parnellyx, and this video is going to be the first episode, an introduction to my journey to 1000 LP video series that I'm going to be posting on YouTube, hopefully pretty regularly. The entire premise of this series is going to be just me playing ranked games and trying to get 1000 LP. And the format of the video is going to be similar to, it's going to be basically me copying what Panzer Dragon did at the start of his Challenger to Rank 1 series, if you remember that. It was my favorite video series on YouTube at the time, and I watched every single episode when he was doing the post-game commentary. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I think it's best for me because I am a bit of a tryhard, so I like to grind ranked. But it's hard for me to post a lot of YouTube videos because if I'm grinding, it's hard for me to play ranked and also commentate them at the same time for YouTube. So this will be the best of both worlds, and I hope that you guys will like it. I think it'll be entertaining for most people, and for me, it'll just be very convenient, easy to do, and also really fun, and also helping me try to achieve my goal of hitting 1000 LP. That's the goal that I set about like a year and a half ago, and I still have yet to achieve it. So let's go ahead and try to do that. But before I get into the first episode, I do want to mention, of course, this first episode is going to be a little bit sloppy, not very clean. It'll improve over time, but I am interested in hearing your guys' suggestions, complaints, or whatever. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of this video and or any ideas you have, as well as for the title, because is 1000 LP, is Journey to 1000 LP the move, or should I do something like thematic, like Trail to 1000 LP, with the Warwick theme? I don't know. It's really all up to you. But also, I should mention that I'm not explicitly going to be playing Warwick every game in this series. I'm going to be playing other champions if I think I can. But I am obviously a Warwick main, so generally speaking, I'm going to be playing Warwick. So that's what you guys can expect. So let's go ahead and get right into episode 1 of the Journey to 1000 LP. And to start off our journey to 1000 LP, our starting point is going to be 217 LP Master, which is basically Grandmaster. I actually was supposed to have 2 other games in this beforehand that were hard carries by me, but the files got corrupted, so I have to leave them out for obvious reasons. But in this one, we are playing Warwick Jungle against an all-AD team comp. And level 2, I really in Wukong go for this all-in, which is normally I don't go for a level 2 gank because Warwick sucks level 2, but it's a free kill. So I take it. But I see that I'm really close to level 3, so I figure maybe if we are able to kill this Graze before Zed kills us, I would be able to hit level 3, and then we can turn on the Zed, but it does not go as planned. I don't really know what I could have done better there, but I think I just should have been playing more patient because I kind of rushed it, and that was a huge throw early on into the game, and we don't really need to be going for anything risky because enemy team comp is terrible, considering they're all AD, and they're really easy for us to deal with. But the storyline of this game is essentially me making picks everywhere, mid lane, top lane, and bot lane. Well, it's actually mostly mid lane and top lane I'm making picks on. So I get really fed early on into this game. But later on, our bot lane dies, Kai'Sa. And even though we just saw the Graves leave, I'm trying to kind of just farm this up. But because I see that they're and they're kind of low in mana, I feel like with Karma here, I can pick up a kill on the Ashe. And, well, Ashe lives with 1 HP. Now, I definitely could have gotten the kill if I used Red Smite. So that was really greedy on my part. So I need to make sure that I don't greed my summoner spells. That's a big problem I have. And later, I'm trying to force this skink top lane. Obviously, does not go as planned. I try to predict the Wukong W with my ultimate. So I just drop Herald and dip, but Wukong gets baited by the Rift Herald, and we're able to actually get a free kill there. So I'm still able to actually get, kill after kill. You can see my KD right now. I literally have all the kills on my team, but all of my lanes are just feeding like crazy. Mid lane is getting solo killed many times. Bot lane's dying. Top lane's dying. Top lane's more stable, but that's because I've just been ganking them most of the time. But I literally am doing everything on my team, and my teammates can't stop from dying. After we make a pick on the Seraphine, I try to go for this pick onto the Grace because he's really fed. But our Kai'Sa doesn't want to come, and I got really pissed off here because of the fact that it was a 5v4 situation and a free pick and a free shutdown on Graves or someone. We at least should have went for it. But I mean, to be honest, it's still kind of my fault because at the end of the day, like if Kai'Sa just isn't listening, I just can't go for it. I gotta adapt. I got to adjust my call and just back out. So we end up losing the game, and I forget to show you guys the LP that I'm at, but we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the next one instead because that's something I need to get. I need to get used to remembering to show the match history or the post-game result, the post-game LP gains. For this game, we have Draven Rel, and Draven Rel is probably the snowballiest bot lane you could ever ask for. So I make sure to camp them and get them an early snowball. Immediately afterwards, though, I find Talia in the jungle, and I know I'm able to duel her because I can just save my Q to avoid her W. She feels the flash. Our mid laner died, but Lucian's really low, and I just get free double kill for basically nothing there. And then after I take the Scuttle Crab, Lucian kills the Gangplank again immediately. So I get free kills. I have 3 kills before like I've even recalled. And the funny thing here is I was able to get level 6 at 5 minutes, which is actually insane. I did recall before this gank, but I am way over leveled because of all the XP I was able to pick up. And as a result, my ganks are very deadly. Bot lane is getting really fed. I'm very strong. And our solos are, well, they're doing fine. I think I actually can't really remember. I think maybe Gangplank was dying a little bit, but he wasn't dying too much. So we're still like in a fine spot. And the enemy team comp is really easy for Warwick to deal with because like Leah and Lucian, I don't know. They have like a lot of like ranged champions with like little CC and not really good ways of kiting. At least not good ways of kiting me. So yeah, we're just picking up free kill after kill and snowballing this game. I'm making sure to give Draven as many kills as I can because, well, I do want to make sure that I get some kills as well, but as long as I have some, I feel pretty good with this game. And because of how this game's going, I'm able to do some crazy shit like this, like jump into the base 1v3. And I mean, I love it. And but I will say this Karma doesn't like it though, because I'm able to pick up this double kill on the Alistar. And I just like my lifesteal. I'm lifestealing off the minions. I'm trying really hard to lifesteal through her auto attacks, but her auto attacks do 0 damage. I'm actually able to walk away, and I survive, of course. So we win the game, and we get we get the LP. So we're at 220 LP Master, aka Grandmaster, and that puts me in. Actually, at the end of the day, I end up being Grandmaster for the first time this entire season. I've literally been Hardstuck Diamond or Master this entire season, so that feels good. But going into the next game, I am playing a Viego because the enemy team, they picked Udyr and Riven first pick, and those are champions that Warwick struggles to deal with. Top laner is dying a couple times and going for this gank. I want him to wait for me, but he doesn't. So I come up with the follow-up and int myself, but this was really bad by me. I need to be like, again, I need to be adjusting. If my teammates are doing something bad, like if my teammates int and like I can't go for the play anymore, I just need to back off instead of inting more. Like if the play goes bad, you just need to limit the deaths to just 1 and not like 2, 3, or 4 or something like that. We are able to kind of make up some ground though with this skirmish here. I'm able to get a big shutdown onto the Riven, wall hop with Riven, and you know, catch up to this Udyr. And that's really huge for me. I'm able to actually recall on a Kraken Slayer afterwards, and then also crack this mid lane turret with the Herald, which is huge, absolutely huge. But this was really a turning point of the game, a deciding factor that I think I really messed up on. Basically, yeah, you'll just see. I think I took too much poke. That was my real problem here. I let myself get way too low, so I wasn't able to go in and finish off all these low health targets, and I could have snowballed it really hard if I was like half or above half HP. But I let Aphelios chunk me down to like 20% health, and yeah, it's just, the fight doesn't go too bad, but it could have been like a clean, like it could have been like a 5-for-1 ace or something like that. You can see right here, I'm actually able to get a kill and assist myself, but if I had a little bit more HP, I would have been able to take over Riven's body and then, yeah, maybe pop off there and kind of swing the game back in our favor and snowball off of that. But I mean, ever since that, like, it just, nothing really was, like, we really needed that fight to work out in our favor, because this Riven is incredibly fed. Our Scion got solo killed like 5 times this game by Riven, at least 5 times. And you can see right there, her damage is not balanced, not a balanced champion at all. So Scion is, I will say that Scion at least is kind of actually strong himself, but the Fed Riven is way harder to deal with than a Fed Scion, so we just end up losing the game. There's not really much to it. We die over and over again, and we can't really do anything against a Fed Udyr and a Fed Riven, basically. Even though, like, I like Viego into Udyr, but I think I'm just going to start banning Udyr because the champion's just too hard to kill. He's so fast. But the next game, I actually am able to, well, I play Viego again because of the fact that my teammate actually banned Warwick on accident. He didn't realize that I was the Warwick player in the last queue. So I think it's fine because I can just play Viego, but this game is going pretty terrible early on, and I hard force that dive. And I just start tilting like crazy. Like that was a hard force dive because my teammates were dying, and I was trying to like overforce something and make something happen. And then you could just see like, that wasn't even the peak tilt. Peak tilt is right here on this Fizz. This is just a misplay and a half that does not go well. But yeah, I just think that's honestly, like, I think my Viego's good, but I don't think I should be playing him right now because I haven't been practicing him recently. I haven't really touched him much in the last couple of weeks, so I'm a little bit sloppy on him. So I need to make sure I warm up before I pick Viego again. So this next game with Warwick, you'll see me kind of solidify why I need to be playing Warwick because yeah, it's night and day, my Viego and my Warwick. At least the amount of pressure I'm able to put out in the early mid game, I'm able to reliably get fed with Warwick. So I got a free kill early on. It's not shown here. And then I try to go for this overforce gank top lane, which is kind of bad, but Shaco shows up. I just want to make sure that that's, I knew Shaco was up here, so I was trying to shove in the wave. But they're just way too weak, honestly, at fighting us. And I mean, that's that right there. So I'm 2-0 early on, and that's huge. Like Warwick, honestly, I feel like with the state of Warwick right now, like Warwick just needs to get fed early on. If he gets kills early on, he's able to snowball pretty hard. But if he falls behind early on, it's really impossible, basically. So I think like level 3 to 5 is Warwick's kind of golden spot to play around. I guess level 3 to 6. When this fight breaks out bot lane, I'm able to actually get a triple kill. I do have to like go like super ham and int just because I don't want the Cassiopeia to get the kill. She's a lot harder to deal with than a fed Shaco. But this is kind of similar to that game earlier where I just get really fed and my teammates are just feeding. It's not even like all of my teammates are really feeding that hard this game. My bot lane was losing, but my mid laner was just kind of throwing it over and over again. My top laner is actually fed. But I go for an invade on the Shaco, and of course with Shaco you can just mark him with W. So when you ult, you can see who the real Shaco is. They never really expect you to be able to, you know, successfully outplay you there, but it's pretty easy to do, honestly, if you're just able to get your W off before the fight starts versus Shaco. And I got a really nice sidestep versus Cass. I have 10 kills. I'm 10-2 here, and I am popping off. So, like, this is definitely night and day from my Viego game, and I'm a happy camper. But our Kiana just keeps kind of running it down. But luckily here she is able to survive. I'm able to get a free pick on the Shaco. Although, I do get kind of a cool outplay on the Shaco here with the ultimate. It wasn't like anything too impressive. We had the sweeper, so we knew where he was. But it's always kind of fun to be able to reveal Shacos with Warwick ultimate. But yeah, the game starts to kind of collapse under our feet because Kiana's kind of going for some like really aggro plays. This play is definitely like me, you know, in part. I try to get the kill on the cast. I thought it was good to go for at first, but it's just not worth it because I end up giving away my shutdown, and we don't get the Cassiopeia in the end. And I also accidentally cast Rift Herald. That was a huge mistake because I obviously could have gave us a free turret like in the mid lane or something. And I kind of just entered there, honestly. I think if I just left and I kept the Rift Herald and used it mid, we would have been in a good spot. But my team engages in mid lane in this situation. When I have 2k gold, I was pinging them back. I needed to ping a little bit more, but I was kind of really tilted because of the fact that I had a lot of gold to spend. We didn't really need a force, but we did get a decent engage off, and I keep going with the team, so it's just definitely my bad. And this fight is goes pretty terrible by me. I take way too much poke. I'm not even able to get my ultimate off. And even I burn Draven's flash, but he gets well, he doesn't even get a shutdown on me, but he still just gets me. And luckily, Yone is able to actually save the game because he's really, really fed. And he's really, really good. But Yana just like has an addiction to inting, and she just keeps doing it over and over again. Like actually over and over again. She died twice in one team fight. I tried to make a pick onto the Gragas, follow his flash, but you can just see like how much it doesn't really matter. I'm really, really fed, and a Draven and the Shaco are just murdering me in a 1v2 situation. So it's looking kind of grim. Considering the enemy team has so much CC, I do have a lot of tenacity, but it's really hard for me and Yone to dive into their team when we want to dive into their team. But after I die there, my team just kind of ran in, and instead of giving up the inhib, they didn't wait for me. So we ended up dying. And yeah, our LP at the end of the day ends up being 174, which brings us back down to Master tier. So in the next episode of Road to 1000 LP, we will see if I'm able to recover and re-promote to Grandmaster. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this this video, and let me know what your thoughts, criticisms, or suggestions are to improve this series. I do expect to clean this up and get a little bit better over time, because I am a little bit, this is very much a skeleton of what I expect this series to be like, but I'm just kind of basically mirroring kind of what Panzer Dragon has done, because it was one of my favorite series at the time when he did the commentary style. So I want to replicate it because it's the type of thing that I like. But yeah, let me know if music, you like the music, or maybe if my commentary is off in some way. I do think that I could do a little bit better at editing the clips together, so I'll try to do stuff like that. Anyways, I appreciate everyone that watched the video. Make sure to check out the next one, and have a good day.